Hi there, I'm Brian Johnson, Technical Director of the Stockton Civic Theater and the scenic designer and artist for the upcoming production Anything Goes, directed by Jim Coleman. It opens June 26th here at the Stockton Civic. We're going to take a look at where we are. We're about a week and a few days until we open. The design process usually starts with Jim and I just talking about everything that he wants in the way of scenery to tell the story. And after we've talked and I've got the idea of what he wants, we move to simple sketches, and some of those are down here. We just start piddling around with pencil and paper, deciding he wanted 2 curved staircases and an upper level. And then we refine it even more to see what this could look like and what we can get away with visually. Some upstairs here, we're going to have a couple of cabins that are going to be have a temporary wall that's going to move away and reveal these 2 cabins upstairs. And we've got a couple of double doors happening upstage and a couple of exits off to the side. That's what's really important, is to find how the flow of the show moves for Jim. Where he needs entrances, where he needs exits, how close those entrances need to be to the stage. For example, if he wants someone to say some witty line and then walk out a door, he can't have that door happening way over here. He needs the action happening close. So once we've established all of that, then we move to a 3-dimensional model. Here, we've taken the drawings that you just looked at, and I built a small 1/24th scale model of where all of this framework has to be in order to accommodate where Jim wants to go with this story. So here what we're seeing is everything that's backstage. These are escape stairs that will get actors to the 2nd level, and we've actually added another set of escape stairs out that side. All of this framework was taken on in the first week of construction. During the 2nd week, where we are now, right at the end of the 2nd week, we added a 2nd level and curved staircases in front. So this 2nd level, which the boys are framing now, will accommodate those 2 little cabins that we talked about. Initially, we were going to have a wall just fly out, but we ended up deciding to come off to the sides. It just seemed to work better for the flow of the show. As we go out onto the stage next, we're going to see where we are, say like about 7 days away from opening. We're into the painting process and covering all of the framework with very thin plywood, which is capable of bending with the curves that we've got going in this production here. As we see underneath the stage, underneath the upper level, we've got a lot of storage space that will be used for storing all of the various set pieces that have to come out during the production. The idea is that they're going to flow out this way and onto the stage and then have a very fast escape as well. So we've got big wide openings and all of our set pieces on wheels. What we're looking at here is the back side of Evelyn's stateroom. Evelyn is the wealthiest, or one of the wealthiest people on board the USS American in the production Anything Goes. And what we've got here are plywood covered walls. And the fellows right now are using a technique which is called Dutchman, where we've ripped small pieces of fabric and we've painted where we have seams and then applied this fabric over those cracks and then brush it in with paint again. An inexpensive way for us to fill in all of the seams and cracks and try and make the set look a little prettier. As we go upstage here, we can see the curved staircases in place, and now it's being skinned, or it's been skinned with this thin plywood. And again, we're going to use the Dutchman technique to fill in a lot of the cracks that we're seeing along the way here. The curved pieces of plywood that we've cut out have been covered with pipe insulation, and this pipe insulation will be painted to look like the metal edge of the ship. Why don't we go upstairs? On this level, the fellas are framing the upper two cabins. As we're going to see, we're going to have a hallway that walks in between these two cabins, so we can have one person in one room, open their door, and walk to the next door, and come on into the next room. This will be Whitney's stateroom, and over here we've got Moonface, the gangster. As we mentioned, we've got escape stairs coming down either side here. Let's get this out of the way. Escape stairs for the actors to be able to make their way up and have an upstage upper level entrance. We also have the capability of having the actors come out here onto the upper deck of the ship, which gives a great view of the whole audience and a wonderful way for Jim to achieve the different levels, so the audience has a very pretty picture to look at. The bars we used a 1-inch PVC pipe in order to make the tight turns like we've got here. We've had to heat with a heat gun. We've heated it up and bent it as we went along. Something that would have taken a lot longer had we done it with wood. We would have had to soak the wood for a great length of time in water and build a form with which to bend it around. This one, I think Lance and the boys achieved this in about a day, or at least the curves. Seams in the PVC are hidden from the audience by putting a wooden dowel inside, and we've screwed into the wooden dowel. So from the audience, which are a good 20 feet away, they're never going to see a seam in here. And once painted, this will look like a continuous metal or wooden pipe. Back down the stairs, mind your step here. We again have the same large storage space happening off on either side. So we've got a place for actors to be able to sit and wait for their cue to go out on stage. An entrance can happen here. We'll have a double door flowing right here. And we'll also have a second double door happening back in here. Some of the set pieces that are going to be rolled out. Here's a nice one that Tony just completed. Nice little pretend wood grain happening on the bar. That's going to happen that's going to be used in the opening scene. We've also used that same wood graining technique on the floor. Now what's happening underneath here is we actually painted the floor to look like the ship's deck. Now right now we've got a darker wood grain circle that goes around the entire stage, and then planks that just run parallel upstage to down in the middle. Should make for a very interesting looking ship's deck. And I love the circle because all of our set is curved, or at least the main structure. Well, this has been a lot of fun. Thanks for visiting, and I hope to see you at the show.